So our next speaker is Amit. I will say one thing before I introduce him. Amit is a very accomplished public speaker. I think you're really going to enjoy him. He spoke last spring at our Cloud Summit, for those of you who were at the event in the Orpheum. Please have a look at cloudsummit.ca. That'll be our next, one of the next major events in Vancouver on all things cloud. It'll be our second annual one. It's in March, I think, next year. So have a look at cloudsummit.ca. Amit has already spoken there before. So I will introduce him. Amit is a cloud solutions architect and founder with over 19 years of experience in cloud migrations, optimization, and development. He's worked with major companies like AWS and IBM. And like I said, he's an experienced public speaker. He's spoken at AWS re:Event, various AWS partner summits, and our cloudsummit.ca. So please welcome Amit to the stage.
Thank you.
You hit that clicker?
All right, good. Hey everyone, thanks for joining in here. I hope you're having a good AWS community day here, and you're gonna have fun, even more fun, in next upcoming sessions as well. So this is about the leveraging how you can leverage GenAI for your business intelligence. And this is a QR code. Please scan it for your Q&A session. Any questions you might have during the session, you can just put in there, and I'll be happy to answer that, either here or maybe offline. Or you can also catch me, after this session. So this is a 300-level session where we're gonna dive deep a little bit, and we're gonna also go over the demo as part as well. Okay. So organizers has asked me to keep this barcode right up here for 2 minutes. So we are stuck with this slide. But let me start with a small story here. Okay? So Alan, a programmer or engineer, he was in a really big room full of vacuum tubes, wires, switches, capacitors, resistors, and those things. And it was the year 1946, and US Defense Forces funded a project to build the first general-purpose computer called ENIAC. So he was running his fingers on those switches and trying to instruct the machine to do some complex calculations. And that was his only way of interacting with the computers. 2 decades later, Alan's daughter, Susan, programmer, was working with the mainframe systems. She was punching cards and writing some rudimentary programs to interact with the mainframe to do some calculations, some algorithms for their supply chain units. And then Susan's brother, David, in 1980s, when the computers went from big rooms down to the office laptops or office computers, down to the personal computers, David was enjoying his time running some video games on those computers and writing some softwares in those days. So the interaction improved a little from running switches down to some punching cards, down to writing some programs using some code languages. And then a few years passed away. In 2000, David's daughter, Emma, found herself in the middle of internet. And now she could carry computers or the internet in her pocket, in the form of mobile devices, as well as the tablets and so on. The only way of instructing computers through the programs now changed to tap, click, or swipe. She could do that. And she also saw the evolution of Alexa, where she could speak to a computer, ask for some simple tasks, weather updates or shopping list or reminders. So computer will listen and then respond and do the tasks. And then a few years passed, so the human interaction further evolved. 2030, Emma's daughter, Mia, was born, and she found herself in the world of artificial intelligence. Now the human interaction was not limited to the command controls or sending a command or ordering a computer, but it was a conversation. So the conversation was becoming normal with the computers. Computers were not just listening and responding without understanding. It was actually now understanding the context, understanding the situation, and then responding. It was computers are now giving the emotional support to Mia. Mia was actually using the artificial intelligence as an AI assistant. So the years passed, 2045, now Mia is able to talk to the computer just like humans do. So the lines between human and the machines are getting blurred. But there were some people who thought about that, what's going to happen next? Is it the AI going to take over the world or take over the control on the humans? But Mia was enjoying her companionship with those computers and the machines, which were talking to her like any other human being and providing her suggestions, recommendations, as well as anticipating her needs for the daily life. So the machines that had once taken up the entire rooms, now entering into the fabric of daily life. So with that, let's get into how GenAI could help your business intelligence. Before that, I'll introduce myself. I'm Amit Bajaj. I am the managing member at EcoVoice, and we are a little over 2 years plus company, and we operate out of Vancouver and Dallas offices, and we have customers in North America where we provide professional services, solutions consulting, and other services. So our focus areas are migrations, modernization, and cloud management, data and analytics, and the marketplace enablements. Okay, all right. So before we jump into BI with GenAI, let's just talk for 1 minute about the BI. Business intelligence is about the practices to convert your raw data to the actionable piece of insight. That's what the BI is all about. There are humans involved, there are tools involved in the whole supply chain of the BI, in the whole process, but let's focus on 3 key personas in this whole process. Okay? Data stewards, or you can call data engineers. Their responsibility is to, get the raw data, clean it, transform it, and prepare the data, do the data profiling, and prepare it for the business analysts to consume. The next is the business analysts. Their job is to analyze that data, author a report, create a dashboard, understand the metrics, understand the dimensions, and get those reports out for the decision makers or the line of business users. So then comes the line of business users. They actually consume the data in the form of visuals or reports or the dashboards, and their job is to understand it and make the decisions for the benefit of the business. That's what the line of business users want to do. But with the evolution of BI tools, we have seen that BI tools have come up with a low-code, no-code based functionalities for the line of business users, so that their reliance on business analysts is reduced. So they have so that business users can go into those tools using the low-code, no-code configurations. They can build their reports and dashboards by themselves. But for the last 7 years, the adoption has not increased much, even after spending, multi-billion dollars on the data and AI by 2027. We have not seen that adoption rising from 35% above. So even so, these tools which are being are getting all the functionalities of low code and no code, the adoption has not gone further beyond. So there are 3 challenges for that. Why it has been like that? Because the data preparation is complex, it is tedious, manual, it requires a specialized skills. And then it has so all these BI tools have a limited self-serving capabilities. As a business user, I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of understanding the data, understanding the dimensions or the metrics of the data, right? All I want is that clean visual which can help me make some insightful decisions based on the data, right? And then there's a chasm between data and insight, Of course, as a consumer or as a business user, I'll get the reports, I'll get the dashboard, but why I am seeing this data or why the sales have dropped in last quarter or the previous quarters, what happened, and what's gonna happen in future, those are the insight still missing. And there is a difference, and that is why that's why the adoption rate has not gone beyond 35%. But we are at an inflection point where GenAI is actually augmenting the BI. It is optimizing all the work which all these personas have to do to get to the final decision-making capabilities. So with the GenAI, business users will be able to talk to their data in their own natural language or everyday language. And we're going to see that in a demo today, okay? And so that will make a business user not just consuming the reports or dashboard, they will actually become the content creators. And then GenAI will also help business analysts to optimize the report authoring as well as the dashboard authoring in a much quicker way, which used to take weeks. Now it will only take hours of time to do that. And for data scientists, GenAI is already producing automated code you might have observed to create those data pipelines, to clean those to clean that data and the data profiling as well. So there will be a lot of augmenting and optimization to all 3 personas using the GenAI. So let's get into the actual services or the AWS tools which are helping that. It's about Amazon Q in QuickSight. So QuickSight is built onto the promise of cloud. So the promise of cloud is to give you reliability, is to give you the cost optimization, the performance, the availability of the cloud. So as a QuickSight give you the abstract view. There is no memory or CPU configurations. So AWS takes care of all the undifferentiated heavy lifting and give you a clean business to BI tool to create your own visuals as well as the dashboards. On the top is a QuickSight, which gives you all the modern dashboards, all the capabilities of natural language query, machine learning, as well as the paginated reports, as well as you can, in fact, embed Amazon QuickSight or along with Amazon Q into your SaaS applications. And then comes the Amazon Q, which is the generative AI capability for the business users and the business analysts to perform their tasks in a in a same natural language method, they are talking to the machine in their everyday language. So we're gonna look at some of those features into the demo. So I will jump through these slides in the interest of time here. So we're gonna foster. So Amazon QuickSight also provide you the data-driven culture with a QuickSight queue. It gives you capability to ask questions in the natural language. It gives you the ask the why questions, and you have a whole GenAI Q&A canvas where you can ask your questions and get your answers in the summary or the visual formats, which we're gonna see in the demo. So for the authoring experience for the business analyst, you will be able to generate visuals, dashboards using natural language, edit them, as well as for the business users, they can ask their questions and get the answers in the formats they like, as well as it also helps those content creators to build a data story based on the data or the visuals which business analysts gonna author for them. So let's get into the demo. So here's a QuickSight screen where I have a data set. The top two data sets, SaaS monthly summary and SaaS sales. So this is about the company who is selling softwares, SaaS softwares, and they have multiple products, and it is about their sales data, all right? So I imported the data just for the interest of this demo, and then I have created a topic for Amazon Q as well. So these are the two data sets, and then we're gonna look at the topic. So I'll stand here just to explain and voice over on this one. So here's a topic which I created. It is as soon as I create the topic and connect this topic to those two data sets, so Amazon Q behind the scene is going to scan the whole data, understand the data schema, perform the data profiling, creates the metadata about it in its own memory, as well as it is also going to understand the semantics. It is also going to understand the data types. And all of this is done by Amazon Q, which is based on the Amazon Bedrock service, right? So as soon as it has scanned, we can ask, these are the suggested questions, you see? So I asked a question, show me a monthly sales for a contact matcher, which is one of the product name. It is going to show me just like this after importing the data, right? Where you will see that it is interpreting that question in terms of a data query. So it is going to give me the sum of the sales for the product equal to contact matcher by the month, which is the order date in that data. So it is going to generate that data query by itself. And then on the left, it shows me the summary of this whole data in a textual format, and then you have the visual, where you can, of course, change the graph style from line chart to the bar chart. And then it gives you all the total sales by the customer, total sales by month, and then down below, actually, each and every line gives you that sale which has happened during those months on which date. So it answers a lot of those questions. And then, of course, you can create the favorites of your dashboard. So you could click on a favorite, and it will go right into the pin board. Now, next question is, show me the monthly sales for contact matcher compared to the big old database. These are the two different products this company sell. So here, you can look at the explanation how it has generated, how it has come to that result. So we loaded your data, then filtered the product, and then calculated the sum of values and the sales, and then visualize the data. So it gives you the full explanation how it is coming to that conclusion. Now, of course, in your company, you might have a different language or different lingo to call these questions. So we can create a variant of this question also. So I don't want to call out this whole line of things, show me monthly sales or something. I just say contact matcher versus big old database. That's what I just want to say. So we'll just create a variant of this question, and as soon as you are done creating it, you ask that question, and it is going to interpret that question as show me the sales for these two products and compare, right? So this is how, and then of course you can share this answer with your colleagues. Now we're going to see the authoring experience. So we go to the topic, use in the analysis. So we're going to use this topic in our analysis where we're going to create the visuals. All right. As a business analyst, I need to create those visuals. So here's the empty canvas, and in this canvas, I'll just say build a visual, plot sales over a time at month grain, and color by a segment, and plot this as a line chart. So I'm just asking in a very plain English language. Otherwise, I would have to configure things to do this. So I'm just asking it, and it gives me the results, and I can add that into my analysis visuals. So I'm going to create 2 more visuals here, just like that, asking questions. Plot sales by product and segment, and plot this as a vertical stack bar, color by the segment. So it's going to give me the visuals, and I'll just add into my analysis. And those analyses we're going to use further in our demo. So here I just asked the second question. So now that we have some of the analysis here, and it's going to just add that. And now it is showing, the third one is the show me the total sales and quantity in a tabular format. So we got it. And then, of course, it also gives you some suggestion that did you mean this or did you mean that? It is suggesting you for your questions. And also, you can create the calculated fields. So using the natural language, you are creating the fields, average sales, average per unit, sale price. And then now we will use that calculated field to build another visual where we're gonna just say that, give me plot me the average unit sale price by year as a vertical bar chart. So that's what it is actually going to give you, that vertical bar chart. We will add into the analysis. Now, you can use your GenAI or Amazon Q further into these visuals to change this. For example, I want to change the color of it, or I want to remove the grid lines and remove the title. I'll just say turn off the title and grid lines, and it'll remove it. I don't have to go into the configurations or take any steps. So any user can do that. You don't have to be a specialized BI user, right? So same thing, let's duplicate this visual and make some more changes. So I duplicate it, expand it, and then I will throw in the product-based data onto it. I'll just say, give me the product also as part of this bar chart. So I'm going to just go to the queue, color by product, and it is going to show me all the same data by the product. Okay. Now that we have this visuals up here, I'll just go up and remove the duplicated visual from the top, and then I will just use this visuals further to build my dashboard. Okay. So, or maybe, adding some more things, that coloring where the quantity is more than 20 or less than 20, color it by, that number. And then you're going to go further to, create a story about it. Now, let's go to the dashboard, publish it from here. We will create a new dashboard called GenAI dashboard, or GenBI dashboard, so to say, and connect it to the topic so that data gets refreshed as soon as the topic is refreshed, and then apply those changes and publish it. So once it is published, you can just go into the dashboard and see that your dashboard has all those visuals which you just authored in a matter of minutes. Okay, now on the top, you can build the executive summary. So it is going to, from the 4 different visuals, it is going to give you the 4 different executive summary which is helpful for you to make those decisions as a business user. So now we are stepping into the business user part of it. So you can create the data story as well. So you click on a data story. Here's the empty canvas. I'll just say that, generate a short presentation on how we can improve our sales in the coming year. Provide info on the products and the industries to focus for the same. So as a business user, all I want from the past is how to look into the future. And that is what we are trying to do. So we added those 4 visuals into my data story and clicked on a data story, and it creates a presentation for you just building all those, the summary, executive summaries, as well as its own recommendations into it. So you can change this data story, call it 2025 roadmap, change the layout, highlight some of the numbers which you want to present to your business decision makers, as well as you can quickly change the theme of this presentation also, to something which is available on the right. So you are changing this whole thing from paragraph to the bullet list. So these are the things a business user spends months of a time or a weeks of a time, so to say, which is available in a matter of couple of hours or so, right? So here you can just edit it, you can just change the theme of it, and that gives you the data story, and you can just share it to your colleagues in the office. So that's pretty much about how it helps you in authoring, as well as in creating the data story and the executive summary out of your Amazon Q. So just to recap, we saw how you can ask Amazon Q your questions or daily questions, and it in a regular natural language, and it provides you the answers in textual as well as the visual formats. Then we also saw how it is helping business analysts to author those reports and dashboards. And then in the end, we also saw how the business users can also become a content creator of by generating stories or executive summaries. With that, I end my presentation, and here's a QR code for questions if you want to drop in your questions here. Right? Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Amit. We do have time for one question here. One of the ones that was voted up on Mentimeter was, given the complexity of GenAI architectures, what is the most effective strategy for using it to design and optimize data pipelines?
Right. So I myself, not a GenAI expert, just to tell you. I'm a GenAI user, okay? And I have been a data integration consultant for a long time. So while building these data pipelines, GenAI helps you build your automated code. It helps you to build those data pipelines using the automated code generation. You can use GenAI or Amazon Q as part of your IDE and generate those code for your data pipeline requirements. It is still a specialized skill set. You still need a data scientist, but it will optimize their work by many folds. That's where the GenAI can help in building those data pipelines.
Thank you, Amit.
All right. Thank you.